Hello everyone! Today we are making a shirt waist. I am kind of excited. This is going to go with the transition Elsa look that I am working on, and it's a lot of pin tucks. I started with my shirt block pattern to get the length and to shape the arm size. I knew I wanted the bodice to be gathered, which is why I didn't line up the pattern with the fold. Next, I marked out where I wanted the pin tucks to go on the yoke. I tried using the twin needle method, but I couldn't get the tension right, so it just did not look even at all. So then I moved on to using my presser foot as a guide to make larger pin tucks. At this time, I also cut the yoke off from the front bodice piece to make it easier to work with. After I had placed all the pin tucks in the yoke, I used my pattern to cut out the correct shape. This is a common technique used on historical garments. I also lowered the neckline a little to make it more comfortable. And then it was on to running a gathering stitch across the front bodice and gathering it into the yoke. After it was gathered, I ran it under my sewing machine, making sure the gathers were as even as possible. Whenever I sew a seam in this garment, you can just assume I serged it right after. I cut out the back of the shirtwaist the same as the front, with the exception that I also cut down the center fold, so I would have two back pieces. This will make it easier to sew in the placket. For the placket, I folded over the selvage edge and top stitched it down. And then I put in multiple rows of pin tucks, similar to how I made the yoke. Once they were in, I ironed them flat and marked where I wanted the next set of pin tucks. Sewing in pin tucks wasn't hard, it was just time consuming, but I am overly happy with the result. After shaping the back panel, it was time for assembling the shirtwaist. I started by sewing the side seam across the shoulders and back down the other side seam. Then I pin tucked the sleeves, assembled it, and gathered it into the arm's eye. It was at this point where I put the shirtwaist on my dress form and realized I did not like how bulky the pin tucks on the center back were, so I ripped out the placket and half of the pin tucks on either side, re-sewed the placket down, and am much happier with the result. It just looks more proportional. I used the scrap fabric from adjusting the placket to make the collar for the shirt. It was the perfect size. I've gone over how I sew in collars in past videos, which I'll be sure to link in the cards as well as in the description for you guys if you are interested in seeing more. After the collar was sewn in, it was time to put in the elastics in the sleeves. I like using a zipper foot and sewing the elastic in at the same time I sew the casing. The last step is to hem the bottom of the shirtwaist, and then I was done. I really liked how this turned out. I can't wait to put it in with the rest of the ensemble, and yeah, I will see you guys next Monday for a new video, and I'll catch you live on Thursday. Bye guys!